Rock, by the way, in the 05 Oval Commodore, who got left on the grid with a broken tail shaft and started the race 2 laps behind everybody else, has now got half the field behind it.
You can never ride off the maestro, can you?
No. And the pace should pick up appreciably. And whether or not Dick can mount a challenge, only time will tell. The number 2 car, Olofsson and Neil Crompton, still running very, very smoothly. Longhurst is there, running in the 4th spot.
With the wind and sunshine and the dry, you wouldn't believe we're on the same planet that we were an hour ago.
Amazing what can happen at Mount Panorama Bathurst in about 35, 40 minutes. Barry Graham, the Everlast Commodore, coming down beneath the Bridgestone Bridge at the end of Conrod Straight.
Well, the guys in this car, Mike, they know all about going round and round and round. So they will last forever.
Everlast, it's an interesting piece of nomenclature. I mean, you could look at it positively and assume that it suggests durability. On the other hand, it might well suggest that they never do very well in terms of positions.
Split times on the Caltex scoreboard. Of course, Richards and Escape continue to lead. 26 seconds the margin now over their teammates, Olofsson and Crompton in the second, Winfield, Nissan. And 37 seconds the margin over third place getters, Car 17, Johnson and Bow. Fourth place, Longhurst and Chicotto still the Vincent and Hedges BMW, and rounding out the top 5 in car number 16, Alan Grice and Win Percy.
At Mount Panorama Bathurst, Win Percy, lap 90, 161. Our calculations running 5th on the road in the Holden Racing Team Commodore. Been impressed with this car all day with Gricey and Wynn.
Its debut, and a very impressive debut it is too.
Yeah, the highest placed of the 93 spec cars.
While we're talking debut cars, just to digress for a second, the Alan Jones car, the Seaton Jones car, is in the pits, and it's in there with a misfire. A lot of people said this car was untried and wouldn't go a long way. It's gone a long way, but it's got a problem now.
They were in 10th position coming into the pits, and they're going to lose several spots here. Bo Seaton, Glenn's father, laying down the law to the mechanics. They seem to be a bit nonplussed at the moment as to what the problem is.
Mark Osler is there as Win Percy comes onto Conrod Straight. And the sun is out, and that must feel good for a palm. What about it, Win?
Well, it looks pretty good at the moment. The weather's a lottery, obviously, but we seem to have got over the worst of it.
This is a very fast part of the racetrack through here, and the car looks beautifully settled today.
These brakes are just unreal. They're wonderful. That's our strong point, I think.
It must be a delight to have some fine weather. That was atrocious early in the day.
Don't ever let me hear Australians complain about Silverstone weather again. It's never that bad.
That was awful. How strong does this car feel, Win?
Very, very strong. Really, really pleased with it.
It sounds fabulous.
Just a little bit busy then, sorry. Yep, I think the fans are really loving it.
Yes, they certainly are. Has it been easy on tyres?
Either he didn't hear you, or he doesn't have an opinion.
Win heads off Repco corner. Ooh, straight over our camera. He's got the GTR hauling after him.
It's 1 lap down, actually, at this stage. Win Percy 1 lap down on Scaife and Richards.
It's a little camera hanging up on the back winglet of the Commodore. That's how close he goes to the wall.
What are those cameras worth, Mike?
It sure saves on the cameraman, though.
Yes.
But it is a great view. It's got plenty of muck over it today, but just watch this as they come down to Skyline. I think that's the Wayne Gardner car just up ahead.
Yeah.
Coming down to the dipper.
They're great pictures.
They certainly are. Close there, isn't it?
We were talking before about the problems experienced by the Jones-Seaton Falcon, and Alan Jones is now out of the car, I can tell you, and they're wheeling it away. Mark Osler is down there.
Certainly am, Doug. I've got Alan Jones with me now. Alan, very strong run from this brand new car. What eventually stopped it?
Oh, I think it was only a fuel pump going down Conrod. It just misfired when I changed up into a higher gear. So rather than risk another lap, I pulled in while I was close to the entrance, and they've checked it, and it looks like the fuel pump's going on the thing.
It's a bit of bad luck, despite the fact that it's such a new car. It was always only going to be a niggling problem that it'd stop it here, wasn't it?
Doesn't matter how big they are, they stop you, they're big, but car was going fantastic. When we went back onto slicks, it was really good. You know, it felt great, and I was really getting to know the car.
You're very happy with the Falcon and looking forward to next year, obviously.
Too right I am. Yeah, we've got a lot of homework, and there's a lot more development to be done on the car yet, so I'm really happy about next year.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time, Alan. Best of luck next year.
Okay.
Alf and Tim Grant. Alf's the dad, Tim's the kid. And they always put up a good showing here at Mount Panorama. Last year they were outstanding.
Yes, good act from Brisbane. You don't see a lot of them, but as you say, they do put in the regular appearance here at Mount Panorama in this skyline, and they're in 12th position, which is a remarkable performance considering all the high-tech and brute power they've got on the track up in front of them.
They've been able to retain their sponsorship from Sizzler Restaurants. Car ran here last year, as I said, very competitively. They were looking for a top 10 finish. It's the way they started the day, and that's the way they drove the car all day. And I think Tim has developed into one fine little race car driver.
Yeah, they're very much on target for a top 10 finish at the moment. A remarkable performance with what isn't the latest and greatest of cars, the HR31 Nissan. GTSR 31, 1100 kilos, but just 450 horsepower. Well down on Sierra power there. Goes through the 5-speed gearbox, rear-wheel drive on the 24-valve 6-cylinder engine. Just the one turbocharger. 14-inch brakes on the front. And as we said before, just 450 brake horsepower. Compare that with the 4-wheel drive Godzillas. And somewhere around 200 horsepower down on the latest machines from Nissan. But it's reliable and running just outside of the top 10 at the moment in 12th position.
Back to the Andrew Badecki Troy Dunstan car. Mark Osler is there. What's the problem?
Certainly am, Mike. This car was running in the top 10. It's still up there, 6th position. Just come in and tipped a whole lot of oil into the engine. I don't know whether it's actually using oil. And they had the boot up as well. And there's a possibility of some sort of misfire appearing in the car as the race wears on. I'll keep you monitored on that.
So it is interesting, just as he comes out of the pits, I noticed the Nissan that Johnson's been having a struggle with for some time today, the number 2 car. They've been into it. Look at this. Nick's been waiting to get a bit of, or John Brow, I should say, has been waiting to get a dry line at this.
He's got him.
Yep. Now, as the track dries out, Anders Olofsson has had Johnson come back from behind, or John Bauer, I should say. I said that twice. Back to 2nd position, so we were watching the scrap for 2nd and 3rd. Now, as Anders going to go and chase John Hart. This end is probably a better proposition across the top of the mountain, and the Ford's got a little more stick in a straight line.
Seems to be getting away across the top there.
John Bow at the wheel. He's opened that up in just over the top of the mountain, JB. Down through the S's. Through the dipper. And you see that that dry line now starting to emerge across the top of the mountain. We've had it along the straight and certainly along Pitt Straight for a while. Now let's see whether JB can put anything on, get away any further from Anders Olofsson, the number 2 Winfield Nissan. The car's has looked competitive, hasn't it? Number 17.
The Sierra is a very aerodynamic, very quick package, especially in a straight line. The problem, of course, is that the Nissan does have the advantage of the four-wheel drive, which, particularly in damp conditions, as we saw earlier, made things a lot easier. But John Bowe and Dick Johnson, a formidable driving combination. Talking to Frank Gardner, he was saying that he rated that as one of the best combinations. Two very quick drivers indeed.
Oh, I'm glad Wynn had good brakes then. Closed up behind John Bowe as they exit and work their way along pit straight.
Landers made no impression on Bowe on that lap. If John can continue to drive it at this pace, he's going to hold on to that second place.
Oh, the 15 car. The team car has gone off just in that corner. Pick that up for you in a second as we follow. Yeah, the 15 car looks like Bradley Jones got caught up on top of the ripple strip, I think, and he's trying to ask them to give him a hand back, push him off the ripple strip. 15 was in 6th position.
He's hung up there, I think.
Can't forward, he's locked it, so Marshals are trying to see what they can do to help. He's just poised over there. That's not the safest spot on the road. There's some torment going on now for Bradley Jones.
Wipe the sweat from his brow, shrug of the shoulders. There's just nothing he can do. Frustration.
Frustration, embarrassment, and just a bit of paranoia. That's not a great place to be stopped, Gary.
They can only deal with the guys who are on the spot there. And they might, yes, they're having some success now to try and get it off the ripple strip.
The gear stick was stuck. Can you believe it? I've just had words full.
Look at this. He's going to have to get it all the way around and back in again. Let's have a look at the replay as they come through there. That's the Supra going through, and he gets it around sideways. He's got it all locked up. Tries to bring the tail around. That'll bring the front back over the ripple strip. That doesn't do much for the front air dam, and then he's got it wedged on top of the ripple strip. So that's what happened to young Bradley Jones.
Well, the front spoiler won't be a major problem to change. These cars, the spoiler runs so low to the ground, they have to be removable just so they can wheel them in and out of the pits.
That's correct.
I can hear that one. That's how low it is to the ground.
It beats as it sweeps as it cleans.
Yes. No doubt his pit crew will be aware of that. In fact, they are swinging into action as I speak. They're going to go, I believe, for a tyre change. They already have a new front spoiler out the front. So keeping in mind all the garages here carry television monitors. And there they are in place at the moment. At this stage, Bradley is coming down through the S's. They are geared and waiting for him. And that dry line, well, it looks like it's almost dry halfway across the mountain. Larry Perkins, Steve Harrington's Commodore, just back behind the HRT machine.
It's the world's first 300km/h snowplow.
Perkins' car going through now, and I think that may be Wynn Percy behind. No, it's not. It's, I think, the Bob Jones Commodore.
Indication of just how things are drying out. Mike, the Shell Sierra, number 17 with John Bowe at the wheel, in second place, but slowly